When you're writing papers in college, using information ethically isn't just a good habit, it's a must. Today, we'll be talking about using information ethically and citing sources with APA. Let's walk through why citing sources matters, how plagiarism can trip you up, how to cite a journal using APA style. Why citing sources matters. Why do we cite? Well, number one, it's important to give credit when you're using other people's ideas. Pretending other people's ideas are your own original thoughts is called plagiarism, and it can have severe academic consequences. Number two, so your reader can follow up. Readers might want to find more information about the topic you're writing about. By citing your sources, you can lead them to credible and relevant sources for further information. And number three, to strengthen your own writing. You're probably not an expert on your topic yet, but by citing the ideas and thoughts of people who are, you give more credibility to your own conclusions. When to cite. Anytime you use a source to inform your writing, you should include it in your Works Cited page. When in doubt, cite it out. You always need to cite your sources if you use a direct quote, if you paraphrase, or if you reuse ideas from graphs, charts, or diagrams, or use any information that isn't considered common knowledge. A direct quote is using the exact same words as your source. Direct quotes need to be enclosed in quotation marks to indicate the words are copied from your source. For example, 7 years ago are the words that begin Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Paraphrase means using someone else's ideas but rephrasing it in your own words. Paraphrases don't need quotation marks, but you still need to cite the source of the idea. For example, saying the Declaration of Independence says that all people have a right to pursue happiness. Common knowledge is something that generally people can be expected to know. Common knowledge is facts, not opinion. For example, the earth revolves around the sun. Again, not sure if it counts? When in doubt, cite it out. How plagiarism can trip you up. What happens if you don't cite? If you don't cite your sources, you may be committing plagiarism. Plagiarism is a serious offense. The CCCC Student Handbook defines plagiarism as representing others' work, papers, tests, assignments, projects, etc., in any form, print, electronic, web, etc., as your own, not giving credit to work created or composed by another author, or submitting a purchase paper, project, or presentation as your own original work. Committing plagiarism can result in any or all of the following: receiving a 0 grade on the plagiarized assignment, receiving an F in that course, or being suspended or even expelled from the college. You're also cheating yourself out of the whole point of school, learning how to explore topics and form your own ideas. Types of plagiarism. There are lots of ways you can plagiarize. Here are some of the most common. Copying or direct plagiarism. This is when you copy large sections of another person's work exactly and present it as your own work. You need to cite your sources anytime you copy another person's work. Patchwork plagiarism. This is when you take several words or phrases from another person's work and fit them into your own words without providing citations. If you're using someone else's words, you need to cite it. Paraphrasing. This is when you take another person's ideas and present it as your own work. If it's not your original thought, you need to cite it. And self-plagiarism. That's right, you can plagiarize yourself. Reusing work that you've submitted for another class is plagiarism too, and it cheats you out of getting to learn about a new topic. How to cite a journal using APA style. Now let's talk about APA, the citation style commonly used in education, psychology, and the social sciences. APA style is structured and emphasizes the author-date format. Think about it like building blocks. Different sources like books, movies, songs, and articles have slightly different rules, but the core elements are similar. Today we'll focus on citing articles because that is most likely what you'll be asked to do in class. For more information about citing other sources like books, movies, or songs, please visit Purdue OWL online. I will put a link to that and a QR code later in this presentation. Here are the APA-style core elements of citing a journal article. Author, period. Year, in parentheses, and then a period. title of article, period, title of journal, comma, in italics, volume number, in italics, and issue number, in parentheses, comma, page range, period, URL or DOI, period. Let's break it down using an example. Authors. Start with the last name, followed by the initial of the first name and the initial of the middle name, if provided. Use the ampersand or the and symbol before the last author's name. List every author up to 20 authors. For more than 20 authors, visit Purdue OWL online for directions. Here's an example. Mayor, comma, R, period, comma, Diane, comma, T, period, comma, Ferguson Gal, comma, H, period, comma, and Jones, comma, K, period, E, period. Year of publication. Put the year in parentheses, followed by a period. Example, 2017 in parentheses, period. Title of article. Only the first word of the title and subtitle and any proper nouns are capitalized. Do not italicize. Example, temporal niche expansion in mammals from a nocturnal ancestor after dinosaur extinction, period. Title of journal. Italicize the journal name and capitalize major words. Example, Nature, Ecology, and Evolution in italics, comma, volume and issue number. Italicize the volume number and place the issue number, if there is one, in parentheses right after the volume, not italicized. Example, 1 italicized, 12 in parentheses, comma, page range. Include the full page range of the article. Example, 1889 to 1895, period. URL or DOI. Use a DOI if available. If no DOI is available and the article was found online, use the direct URL. Example, you see below, period. Still need help? Check out Purdue OWL online. You can Google them or check out this website for APA help at owl.purdue.edu/owl/research_and_citation/APA_style, or ask a librarian. Today you learned how to use information ethically and cite with APA. We covered why citing sources matter, how plagiarism can trip you up, and how to cite a journal article using APA. When you cite sources, you're not just following the rules, you're showing respect for the work of others and building your own voice as a scholar. Happy writing, and remember, when in doubt, cite it out. Thank you for watching.